after she did the ardas, she passed away. And many historians very wrongly said, oh, Mata Gujri ji ne chhal maar di. That Mata Gujri ji ne chhal maar di, that she committed a suicide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is totally wrong. That, listen, why would a woman of that high stature, such strong woman, who saw her own husband being killed, right? And his head being brought to her, and she saw her 9-year-old son was fatherless, and she gave all the strength, pakka support, naal khade hode ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਬਣਾਇਆ 1699 ਚ. She saw all of that. She supported him throughout that year, and then she is the one who was the grandmother of all these 4 Sahibzade, and every day and night, she watched them doing Gatka training, horse training, doing Kirtan, doing part, right? That same lady, when she hears the 2 Sahibzadas have been killed, would she commit it, jump from the tower to die or to kill
No,
herself?
she saw her own husband.
Exactly. So the point is, some of these historians, they wanted to change the historical facts
But you can't.
to show and to give a wrong notion. Beta Amrit, Ganeep, are you listening? To show this very connivingly, in a very twisted manner, they wanted to show that the real Sikhs are really actually very weak people. They wanted to show Sikhism in a very bad light. So many of these historians who wrote history, they were hired people to distort the history of the Sikhs. So that our community, when they read about our Sikh history, they get confused. Really? Mata Gujri ji killed herself?
She did not.
Right? She did not. So that's why it's very, very important for us to be aware of our history and read the right sources, right people, historians, those have written Sikh history from the point of view of our own community. So Mata Gujri, yes. And one thing I want to say, that Mata Gujri ji was so old, right? She had walked for many miles. She was hungry. She was under so much stress. And the most worst thing anybody can do is, in mid-December or end of December, which is the coldest weather in Punjab, you are put on the 3rd floor tower with no heat, and there are no walls. This was like a gazebo, 3-story tall gazebo, when the air is coming from all directions. So what can you imagine this lady must have faced physically? But so she breathed her last, just ignore it. So when Mata Gujri ji, and now what happened was, there was this guy named Todramal. Todramal was a follower of Guru Gobind Singh ji, was always admired Guruji, and he told Wazir Khan that don't kill these Sahibzade. He was there when during the execution was taking place. And there were a lot of onlookers. There were bystanders who were watching. Some people were crying, some people were happy, some people were clapping that finally these 2 sons of Guru Gobind Singh Ji are being killed. Some people were very sad and they were crying. And one of the guys who was really sad was Todramal. And he said to Wazir Khan that please let these 2 guys go. I will give you as much money as you want. And he was a rich merchant. He had a lot of property, a lot of businesses. But Wazir Khan did not listen because he wanted to have the ultimate prize. And the prize was, ultimate prize. The prize was to have the sons of Guru Gobind Singh Ji converted into Islam. So he said, no, these guys have committed crime, they're going to overthrow me, their sentence is death, and the Qazi has already endorsed, so they have to be killed. So after they were killed, after they attained Saheedi, Todramal said, can you do me one favor? Wazir Khan said, what? He said, can I have these bodies cremated with full respect? Wazir Khan thought for a minute, and he was a very greedy person, and he said, okay, I'll let you have the bodies of all these 3 individuals, you can do whatever you want to do, but you're going to have to pay a price. Total Mal said, what is the price? He said, all the space that you will require to have these bodies cremated respectfully, I need this entire area covered with gold coins. Now just imagine during those times, a coin would be like now, maybe $1,000, $2,000, even $5,000. So this guy had him cover the entire area with gold coins, and only then he would hand over the bodies. So Todramal ordered his servants to bring the sacks of gold from his house or his safe. So, and Wazir Khan made sure that not even an inch, not even a small portion of earth can be seen. The entire area had to be covered with gold, only then he would agree. So finally Todramal did what needed to be done, gave all the money away to Wazir Khan just to have this honor of cremating the bodies of Chote Sahibzade and Mata Gujri Ji. Yes?
And when he, at least from the version I've heard, when he laid out the bodies, laid out the coins, he didn't lay them out flat, he laid them out.
Yes. Did you hear that? That he didn't want the coins to be laid down flat, because then the lesser coins will be needed. He had the coins standing straight. So he'll have more gold from this guy.
So like exactly straight?
Yes.
How do you do that?
Like you start building up, like coins like standing
Letter?
there. So if you have a quarters, have you seen a quarter, like a bunch of quarters to cut together?
Yeah.
That's how it's straight.
Mm.
So just imagine how much money Toderman had to give away just to have his honor. What was he gonna gain out of that? What do you think why he did it? Yeah. Yes. See, for some people, money is very important, right? For some people, money is everything. Oh, but for him, he had all the money, but he gave that away. And that money is the least important thing that you can give away. Those two guys had given up their life for a principle, what they love for Sikhi. So this guy said, if they can die for a principle, can't I just give away my money to have this respect that these kids did something unusual for the human history? I should come forward. So his house is still there in Fatehgarh Sahib. I don't know whether has anybody gone to Fatehgarh?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I remember.
Have you been there?
Every day.
So have you been to his house?
Oh,
Todermal's house? Yeah,
Yes.
so I'll show you the picture. Toderman, his house is little outside of the city, Saran de Bahar. And yes,
they actually at a Gurmat I saw the bullet there that Guru Nanak Dev used up with his hand, and like 5 feet next to it was the bricks that they covered the triple temple.
yeah, that's in Fatehgarh Sahib. So this guy, so this Todermal's Haveli or his house is still there, but it's kind of in a bad shape. So they are trying to preserve that, but they want to preserve it in such a manner so we can envision and picture how rich this guy was. But he didn't care. And later on, Wazir Khan even killed him because he thought that this guy is a sympathizer of Guru Gobind Singh, so he should not live. And he also killed, Wazir Khan also killed Moti Mehra. You know who was Moti Mehra?
Milk.
The one who, yes. Yeah, he brought milk for Chote Sahibzade and Mata Gujri Ji.
Milk.
Yeah. So finally, Todermal cremated the bodies of all three of these, Chote Sahibzade and Mata Gujri Ji. And that's where that Gurdwara is built, Jada Fatehgarh Sahib vich hega. So, and then a Sikh found out about the sacrifice of the Chote Sahibzade. They conveyed this message to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who was on his way to this place called Damdama Sahib. That's where he wrote the final version of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Because at that time there were not too many copies of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. They were not printed, so people would handwrite them. So the original copies were with people who were really against Sikhs, because they had and they wanted to start their own gurus, own religion. So they took away Guru Granth Sahib. So people would say, Guruji, we need Guru Granth Sahib. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji created the final version of Guru Granth Sahib. So he was on his way, and then his Sikhs met him, and they informed that Chote Sahibzade have attained martyrdom and they were killed. Yes?
So we're going to the tradition Kanjigar Kanjiwalida, and there's one line that's like about this. It's something ro ro ke dasi noore ne mathe te paya vat nahi us naam ji ne.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Yeah. So sometimes these poets capture the emotions that we feel, but sometimes even like when I'm telling the story, inside I feel like crying, but I have to keep it in such a manner that keeps your interest, right? And tell you the story. So, but the poets have a freedom, they can express in a more poetic manner, more emotions. So, people, so when they, every year on 26th of December and 21st of December, the Sikhs gather for these two large gatherings in Chamkaur Sahib and Fatehgarh Sahib to really celebrate the lives of Chote Sahibzade and Vade Sahibzade. And when they tell the story about this whole Shahidi, everybody is crying. And you can see the YouTube videos, people start just crying like babies. Because, you can't really hear enough how these Chote Sahibzade went through this very, very tough time. But still, they kept the faith, they remained strong. So when Guruji was told that Chote Sahibzade had been killed, Guruji was holding it like an arrow, and he took out one sapling of a small, plant, and he said, "This is how the Mughal Empire will be rooted out of this region." And within 2 years of that great announcement, within 2 years, Baba Banda Singh Bahadur came and captured Punjab, and he punished all the people who were part of this whole plan to attack Guruji and to kill Sahibzadas. So he hunted these people, all the two guards, the Qazi, Wazir Khan. Wazir Khan was dragged out of his house, his palace, and he said, "Come and fight now. You claimed yourself you were so strong. Come and fight with me." Finally, Wazir Khan was also killed. And that's when Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, just imagine, he was given only 5 arrows. Banda Singh Bahadur was given only 5 arrows and 5 Sikhs. That's it. No money, no power, no army, nothing. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, "Here, my 5 arrows, and these 5 Sikhs will go with you. Find an army, create an army, do whatever you need to do. Take care of, save Punjab." So Banda Singh Bahadur, it took him almost 2 years, year and a half, to gather almost a force of 100,000 people. Slowly and slowly, he will tell the story about Sahibzade. He will tell the greatness of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. He will talk about Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Talked about this whole sacrifice, Vade Sahibzade. People got excited that finally there was somebody who's ready to be the leader, who's ready to fight. So everybody gathered, and he slowly started gathering his force, and finally he attacked Punjab. City after city he captured, and finally he captured Wazir Khan and Sarhand. He became the ruler. He declared first Sikh empire was declared by Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. First kingdom of the Sikh faith was established by Banda Singh Bahadur 2 years after Chote Sahibzade, Guru Gobind Singh Ji's passing away. 1710, first Sikh Raj was established. 6 years after Chote Sahibzades were killed. Can you imagine? That's amazing speed in the human history, that you have a community completely devastated, and suddenly they rise back, and 6 years they establish their first kingdom. Yes.
But it's like they're like sorry, we can't do this. And then out of nowhere, the local guys are like, yay, we win. And then they're like, okay, hi, where's your front door? And he's like, what?
No, it's Indian flag.
He's like, yeah!
Indian flag.
Rajan
Indian
Toko.
flag, Joe. Indian flag. Indian flag.
So let me have everybody. Wait a second. I want to ask you something. Do you think the Sahibzadas, all four of them, do you think they were brave and fearless?
Yes.
So what lesson do you get from this?
Don't ever be scared.
From
From other enemies.
or
From Jeremy.
or from
Or anything.
Who's Jeremy, bro?
Don't be a psychopath. Jeremy's my enemy. Yeah.
okay. So here's a surprise for you. You don't need to be you not only need to be fearless from the enemies outside, you have to also be hello.
From the enemies inside.
The enemy inside is fear.
Really? Enemy inside.
When we are scared about doing anything new, when we think, oh, I can do it, whatever, that is where you need to stand firm. Are you getting that lesson? So be brave, be fearless. Second, do you think they stood by their faith?
Yes.
So that means in difficult times, listen at the Nirvan. In whatever time, we are finishing. You can sit still for 1 minute.
Bro, you were combing your beard with a notebook.
Okay, thale. So listen, they stood by their faith in the most difficult circumstances. They did not give up their faith. By enticed, just imagine, I was thinking this morning, stop. This morning I was thinking, I said, Jujar Singh, 8-year-old, taking Amrit, and 14-year-old saw his own older brother, Ganesh Siddhi's back. 14-year-old saw his own 18-year-old brother being killed. And the next moment he turns to his father and says, I want to go to the next batch. Just imagine. That's just a very, very powerful. Then, do you think that they had ego and they were snobbish because they were sons of Guru Gobind Singh Ji?
No.
How was their attitude?
Nice.
What do you think about their attitude? What would be their attitude? Snobbish? What would be their attitude? Huh?
They acted the same as everyone else.
Yeah. Like they would respect others? Huh?
Yeah.
Acknowledge other people? Ethic.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that what we talked about is when somebody's talking.
Don't talk away.
So what are you doing then?
You're being disrespectful to your elders. Excuse me.
Okay, listen. The last. So there is a line in Gurbani. It says, Taj Abhiman Paye Nirvair. So the meaning of that is, listen. Shh. The meaning of that is that you give up your ego, only then you become fearless. You can't be a fearless person if you have an ego. If you're always worried about me, then you're not going to be fearless because you're going to save yourself. The people who are about me, in actuality, they are the most weakest people. So you have to be strong. Did they respect their parents?
Yes. Yeah.
Did they respect their guru?
Yes. Wait.
You can't respect your guru and then be a good Sikh and a brave person. Did they fight for the rights?
Yes.
They stood for the rights, not only for themselves, but for our rights. We are the reason why we are Sikhs. We are so strong because of the way they behaved and they acted.
Wow.
Did they bow their head in front of anybody other than the Guru?
No. They put their feet in first.
Exactly. Did they prefer wealth over religion?
No.
They didn't care about wealth, right? Did they fear death?
No.
Okay, so I want each. Wait a second. Okay.
You sound like a frog.
Hey, the sooner y'all get done, they're already serving lunch, so it's only cutting out y'all's time. So whenever y'all done, you know.
What's for lunch?
I'm not telling you.
Y'all.
Find out.
Actually,
Okay,
because
y'all
I
can-
called you Indian food.
You guys can sit here and like they're already started with lunch. We're only doing it for so long.
Okay. So the point is that this is the last class, right, of this camp. I want you to have an understanding what you're getting out of this camp. This is not just a fun camp. The reason why we chose Char Sahibzade and this building is dedicated to Char Sahibzade, right? It's because this is the basis of our existence. They are our foundation. So I want you to reflect between today and tomorrow until the divan is, and you voluntarily give your own name. That I want to speak about Sahibzade.
I want to speak.
Because remember this guy, what's his name? The guy Angad who spoke? His brother.
Yeah.
And he came and he asked me, Uncle, do you have an extra kada?
Wow.
I have a
Even I didn't know that.
So the point is that those who don't have what you have,
The guys that don't have.
Hello, your lunch. Y'all forgot. Y'all don't want lunch. That's fine. Y'all
Yeah.
can stay.
Y'all, it's 140.
Yeah, lunch already started.
okay.
Like,
The
The
point,
point is,
No, you're sitting down. Everybody's staying here till he's done. So y'all be quiet and just get it over with.
I'd rather listen to history than eat.
Can you
That's fine. You can stay here then all day.
That's good. That's good.
Shut up.
So the whole point is that that though we take things for granted, right? But there are many Sikh children who don't have the opportunity to hear this history and feel inspired and feel rich, right? And those who have it, they take it for granted. So you have to value what you have. It's just like when I was talking to a class before, how many of you ever had a time when your parents were not there and you were feeling scared?
Oh,
Back in the
basketball.
day, wow, when you stay home back home and someone would knock on my door, I'd freak out. I would run into my room and hide under my covers. I thought Johnny Depp's getting
So the point is, listen. So the point is, like if you have a situation, listen. Vikram. Okay, last thing, I'm gonna make a point and I'm gonna finish it. Last point. Just as a time when you might have gone through a scary moment, where you didn't have your parents to support you, or you didn't have anybody to turn to, right? Similarly, these boys, they only had a grandmother who was weak, hungry, didn't have much energy, but they stood strong in the most difficult time. Right? So one of the things which I would say, I know that you want to have fun. I know you want to laugh, joke.
laugh, joy.
No. It's a laugh and joyfulness.
Yes,
You saw
yes, and show disrespect to Uncle Ji. Yeah. That's good. You can do that. You can. You can show this respect to Uncle Ji. That doesn't matter. You can be fun. Huh?
Language,
So the point is that I really don't care. My point is you guys need to have the best experience and learn the best things that you learned here. So I feel that we have done very well in this camp. You guys have learned a lot. We are proud of you. And let's go have lunch.
Wow!